All right, what's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to go over every National League team in the MLB. They're going to have a total of their wins and losses. We're going to pick the over or the under. Let's just get right into it. Here we go. We're going to start in alphabetical order for the National League, and we're going to start with the Arizona Diamondbacks. In the next video, it's going to be American League, so don't worry. So we're just going to get right into it. Diamondbacks, they have, this is on the FanDuel Sportsbook, by the way, they have them about 75 wins. And, you know, they are leaning towards the over for the Diamondbacks. They did get better, but they are in a tough division, of course, with the Padres and the Dodgers. And, I believe the Giants are a better team than the D-backs. But I do want to see really quick how many wins the Diamondbacks had last year. And it looks like Diamondbacks had 74 wins. So they pretty much have them doing the exact same thing this season. It is hard to see them getting worse next year or this upcoming season. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm going to lean towards the over, but it's not going to be much over. So I would bet the over there. So minus 115. So I'll select that. And let me know what you guys think in the comments too of every team. If you think I got it wrong, got it right, all that good stuff. So on to the Atlanta Braves. They have them at 95.5 wins. Obviously, they're going to be a playoff team this coming year. At least they're expected to be again. Last year, though, Braves had 101 wins. They tied with the Mets at 101 wins. So doing that again, getting over 100 wins is definitely a hard feat to do in the MLB season. They have them at 95. This is tough because I do think they're going to hit under 100. 95. Oh, man, that's tough. Like, are they going to get 98 wins? I don't know. They have this one in a really good spot. I really want to hear your guys' opinions on this. But with how great the Mets are looking and the Phillies, I think it's going to be under. I'm going to lean on the under here for the Braves. Under 95.5 wins. Let me know what you guys think. All right, we're going to move on to the Chicago Cubs. And they have the Cubs right at 76.5 wins. Last season, they got 74 wins. So, they have them barely doing better. The Cubs really just blew up their team last year and the year before. It's just the Cubs are bad at the halfway mark of the season. They just blow up their team. But are they going to do better than they did last year? They have the Cardinals and Brewers in their division, so those are always going to be tough teams to go against. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm going to have to give them the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm going to lean on the over 76.5. And the sports books think they might hit the over here. They have it at minus 128. So I would lean over on that one for the Chicago Cubs. Going on to the Cincinnati Reds. They have them at 65.5 wins. Over under. The Reds last year got 62. So they do say the Reds are going to be a little better. Reds did have a pretty bad year last year. They tied for last place in the NL Central with 62 with the Pirates. So, man, this is tough because I do think they should have a better year. It's hard to see them doing worse than 62. I'm going to lean the over on this one too for them. I'm going to lean on the over 65.5. We'll see their get over. But the sports books agree with me and say minus 120, so they're leaning on the over also. We're going to move on to the Colorado Rockies. We got them at 64.5 wins. A lot of sports books have them doing very bad this season, at least getting like almost last in the whole MLB, really, especially the National League. 64.5. Last season, they had 68 wins, so they definitely think they are going to be worse this year. The sports books are leaning the over at 64.5, but I don't see them getting. Yeah, this one's tough. they have such a tough division. I think they're gonna. I'm leaning towards the under on the Colorado Rockies. I'm gonna go under here at 64 and a half. I feel like they're a 60 win team, maybe a 58 win team by the end of this season. Colorado Rockies. Um, and by the way, teams love playing against them at their own home, at the Rockies' home, because it's a home run hitting park. All right, on to the Dodgers. If you guys know me, I'm not a Dodger fan, so I'm going to be harsh on them here. But them and the Padres, best in the division. Obviously, Padres are always expected, not always, but these past few years, expected to win the division by how stacked their lineup is. Will this year be the year the Padres actually win it? I'm not sure. Or win the division. I'm not sure. So, Dodgers, they have them at 96 and a half. So, they definitely have them dropping. Last year, the Dodgers got 111 wins. So, doing that again is going to be very tough for the Dodgers. So 96 and a half. This is kind of like what they're doing with the Braves. They're dropping it under 100. And the Dodgers did lose some key players, you know. So that 96 seems nice for them, but I am going to lean on the under, and I'm being a little harsh on them, but I feel like they're a 90 win team this season, maybe 92. So I'm going to bet the under for the Dodgers. I would lean under minus 110 on the Dodgers, because I do think this is the year for the Padres take the NL West. I'm a Giants fan, so I would love to win the NL West, but it's hard to see us winning it, to be honest. But hopefully we get wild card. All right, going on to the Miami Marlins. 74 and a half wins, or 75 and a half wins they have them at. Last season, they had the Marlins at 69 wins. I definitely do think they are going to be a better team. So are they going to win 6 more games than last year? I say so. So I am going to bet the over on the Miami Marlins. I think they got better, and they got young talent, and they're only going to get better. So betting the over at 75 and a half wins for the Marlins. On to the Brewers. Brewers are always that good team. They're good every year. They're consistently good. So they have them at 86 and a half wins. Literally, that's exactly what they got last season, 86 wins. So are they going to do the same? Their biggest competition in that division is going to be the Cardinals. But yeah, this like, do they beat out the Cardinals? Brewers still have great pitching. It's not like that's going away. I don't know. Brewers, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I feel like the Reds and the Cubs are going to be a little better in that division than they were last year, at least. So I am leaning on the under for the Brewers. And the sports books are too, unfortunately. So minus 134. I'm going to bet the under on the Brewers, 86 and a half. Moving on to the New York Mets. I mean, we all know the Mets spent so much money on the offseason to get all these players, and they look stacked on paper. We'll see how that how they play in the actual games this season. But, you know, barring injury, anything can happen, and yeah, they could have a poor season, very high expectations, but a bad season. We'll see. That's kind of what I'm feeling with the Mets. A lot of high expectations, but will they exceed them? I don't know. Last year they got 101 wins. So, and this is without their big contracts and all these guys that they brought in. So they have them getting 93 and a half wins, as you can see. And that's definitely a lot lower than last season. So maybe they're saying last season was a fluke. They have this pretty nice, but it's one of those trap ones. Like, they have it at 93. I feel like they could get over 93 wins on the season. They're going to be battling with the Braves and the Phillies, though. That's the issue here. I am going to lean on the over. Yes, it's probably a trap, but I am going to lean on the over for 93 and a half wins. And by the way, if you're watching this, I'm going to make a reaction video to this video at the end of the season, seeing how close I get to my predictions. We'll see. It probably could be way off, or it could be pretty correct. So I'm going to bet the over here on the Mets. They are very hyped up this offseason. I don't know if they're going to live up to those expectations. 93, I feel like they could get 94, 95 wins on the season. All right, on to the Phillies in their division also. Phillies definitely got better. They're coming off a World Series loss, though. So will they have that World Series hangover of a team in the World Series? We'll see. 88.5 wins. Last season they got 87. I gotta lean the over here, but their division is tough. Marlins are gonna get better. 88.5. I mean, someone has to explode out of this NL East division. I am going to bet the over, though, on the Phillies. We're going to lean over 88.5 wins there. Let me know what you guys think, though, on the Phillies. Moving on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates in the NL Central. Last season, they got 62 wins. So this season, they have them at 67.5. They do these halves, by the way, just so you don't hit it right on the dot and you just get your money back. They want you to either win or lose. So, Pirates, over 67.5 wins or under. I do think they'll get better than 62. I don't think they're going to get better than 67. So, I'm going to lean the under on the Pirates. I am going under 67.5 on the Pirates, even though the sportsbooks are leaning on the over. But we'll see. I think they're a 65-win team. Maybe they'll get 3 more wins than they did last year. I don't know. Maybe 66. We'll see. But I just don't see them going over 70. All right, on to the Padres. Padres, over 93.5 or under. Last season, Padres got 89. So they're thinking Padres will have a better season. A lot of people are expecting that too. Padres are like the Mets. They are extremely hyped up this offseason. They look great on paper, but how will they play in the regular season? That's the question. Will they stay healthy? That's the question. They're only going to get better, So you got to bet the over because it's either them or the Dodgers getting at least 100 wins this season or definitely 95. So I'm going to lean on the over for the Padres, 93.5. All right, on to my San Francisco Giants. As you know, I'm a huge Giants fan. They have us at 81 wins. Not the best, but we literally got 81 wins last year. We went 81 and 81. So, hey, we got 500 on the season. But we went 81 and 81. In reality, I feel like the under's probably going to hit. I don't know if we're going to be better than we were last season. But 81's nice. Definitely the sports books are leaning on the under, but I'm a Giants fan. I love the plus 100. So let's get 85 to 90 wins this season. Make it a battle here in the NL West. I mean, that one year the Giants were projected to get at least 3rd or 4th in their division. The Giants ended up winning the West and beating out the Dodgers. And I think they got like 107 wins, but I could be wrong on that. But I definitely see the Giants putting up, a battle here with the Padres and Dodgers. They're not intimidated by those teams at all. So I'm going to bet the over for the Giants. On to the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals, 88.5. That's what they have them at this season. Last year, they got 93 wins. So they're saying they're not going to have as good of a season, but only by 5 games. I'm going to lean the over here in the NL Central. It's either Cardinals or Brewers. Don't see the Cubs getting first there. So I just got to lean the over. Got to take it. Even the sportsbooks leaning the over at minus 120. So I think they're going to get over 88 wins this season, the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, on to the Nationals, last team here in the NL. And then the next video, tomorrow most likely, you'll see the AL. All right, so Nationals, horrible season last year. Will they have another terrible season? The sportsbooks think so. Last season, they had 55 wins. This upcoming season, they're thinking the Nationals will have 58.5 wins. So 58 or over. So it's only 3 more wins better than what they did last year. I don't see the Nationals doing... I don't see them doing worse than 55, so I would lean on the over here as well, 58. So I feel like they're like a 60, 65 win team this season in the National League. So I'll bet the over here on the Nationals. Like I said though, 60, 65 wins for the Nationals. So yeah, that's all. I wish I could parlay this, but you know, this is on FanDuel. I don't think you could parlay it anywhere. I'm sure maybe some sites, but you can't parlay it. So that'd be probably if you bet $5, you could win like 50,000 if you got them all right. But because there's like a bunch of teams that would parlay. But those are all my predictions here. As you can see, you could go through the video and see what I said on each team, but I'll just scroll through here really quick and you can see what I got. But yeah, those are my predictions on the NL. Next video will be the AL, so stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And we're going to be hanging out all baseball season long. So I'll see you guys on the next video or the next live stream. You guys have a great day. Peace out.